Let's test the circuit. I'll switch on the circuit and at the same time I'll switch on this counter also. This counter will show you the time lapse, that means delay time. This is basically a controller circuit which can control the entire thing. This is controller and this is voltmeter to display input and output voltage, and through this LED panel we will know the status of this circuit, what is going on inside. And here is the output through this bulb. I'll show you the output. After that, if you use in your home, then you can give up to 120 ampere load. Here this track can handle up to 41 ampere. So I'm using here BTA 41 to handle till 40 ampere. So if you want to increase the size, then you can do it. See here, after 50 seconds this light is on. That means I think you have observed that this blue color light was off when I switch on the circuit, and after some time this blue light, that means this trigger on through this circuit. Just follow this voltmeter. Here I am getting more light, that's why it's not visible. Now see, this voltmeter showing the output is 209 volt, and just see this green light is on. After some time, see now it is showing 228 volt. This red light will show you the input voltage, and this again, this green light, when this green light is on, that means it will show you the output voltage. See now it is 228, and after some time it will be on. Now see, now it is 209 volt. Just see this voltmeter and see this light. This controller will give trigger automatically after some interval. So I can change the output voltage also if required, and here it is 209 volt. I can change to up to 230 volt equal to the input voltage. See, the input voltage is 228 and the output is less than that. That means you can control the output. See, through this preset you can adjust the output voltage. Again I'll show you the output voltage once again. It is 200 and be careful when you are handling it, 211. Okay, now I'll change the output. The output will be changed. Through this preset I can set the output what is required by you. According to your appliance, you can set up from 150 volt to any voltage. Now it is 227 volt. That is almost equal to the input voltage. I'll change the voltage. $209, changing. See, output voltage is 227. Green light will be on. You will get the output voltage. Now just follow this. What is the output voltage? See, 196. So you can change any voltage. I will increase this. Again it is 202 volt. Similarly, this is the main circuit, and through this controller it can protect from high voltage and any kind of spark also. And this controller will handle the entire thing. It is consuming very less amount of current, so we can easily use any kind of very low ampere power supply, and it will not consume much more. I'm using here only one relay. I'll explain the entire circuit. At first I'll switch off this because it is very harmful for us. Now I'll show you each part one by one. At first detach this 220 plug. Then see, I'll detach this voltmeter. I'm using this voltmeter to display AC voltage, input and output voltage. Then I'll detach the main controller. This is the main controller. I'll explain the circuit and part by part. At first I'll remove each part. See, this one is for LED panel. I'm detaching this bulb. You can use this 200 watt also. See, this part also removable. See. Now I'm getting this. This is the track. This is also detachable. This. See, this part is basically track. Now I'll explain with circuit diagram. I'll start from the power supply. This is transformerless power supply. You can check my other video where I have mentioned everything along with circuit. How can you build this? This is the power supply. From this 220, this is input, and from this input here I'm using this power supply to get this is 5.5 volt power supply. After that, from that power supply, this voltage will come to this controller. See, this is the controller. Here I'm using 1555 IC, and here CD4017. This is also same IC. From these this is 55555 IC. This will generate pulse, and this is through this you can change the interval of this pulse. Not only that, through this transistor I'm getting the output, and this is the input from it is getting input from this IC. From this CD4017 I'm taking the pulse. That is after a certain interval. That means simply you can say on time delay. Through this IC I'm making on time delay timer, so that after a certain time we can switch on this power output. And after this, same pulse, this IC also getting from this IC, and this 4017 giving two output to display the AC voltage through this voltmeter. So that means it is very much clear that from this 555 IC is generating the pulse, and this IC is giving the trigger to switch on the output power, and this one is making two pulse, and it will switch on automatically. First time to the input voltage, and second time it is to the output voltage. So this is the main controller circuit. This is negative positive, and this is the main trigger, and after that we are taking another output to display the voltage. This is totally handmade. There is no printed PCB. It's my handmade PCB. Okay, this part is over. Now the most vital, this one. This is very teeny but very useful too. This is a triac driver. I'm using MOC 3021 as a triac driver, and this is the triac driver. From this IC it is getting the trigger, and through this triac BTA41 we are getting the output. But this optocoupler, that means this one, it will trigger the track to give the output. So from this IC we are taking the signal to this optocoupler. From this optocoupler will give another trigger to this BTA41, and it will give us the output. So this is also important. Next, this is LED panel. Those are the LEDs. It will show you the status of this circuit, what is going on inside. As there is no display, so we need to know what is going on. First one is red, this is the power on. Once power came, it will be on always. It is power LED. And this one is a pulse generator. Once I am getting pulse from this 555 IC, it will show you that I am getting pulse. That means it's generating, it's working. And then this is the third one. This is blue color light. This is red, this then green for pulse, and this one blue color red LED. It will show us the trigger. That means after 50 seconds or whatever you set, after that certain time, the output power will be on, and this light will also be on. That means this is the main trigger. Through this track driver, it will switch on the BTF41 to get the output. And this one green color LED, these will show the output voltage. That means through this track you can change the voltage whatever you want. Through this track you are getting the voltage, and these will show, once this light is on, voltmeter will show you the output voltage. And next, this is red light. This light, when this light will be on, you can see the input voltage, and that means simultaneously you can see once output voltage, then input, then output, then input, and simultaneously it will continue. And just like a computer system, I am using this board as a motherboard, you can say. The all PCB, it is handmade, so I can show you any printed board. I'll show you the track also. This is for this circuit. It will be fixed. I'll fix it here. Then I'll fix the main controller. See here, there is another hole where I can fix it. Yes, just like a computer, you can set one by one. And this one is the controller. I said optocoupler. This slot is for that. See, it is also fixed. Now about this LED panel, I'm fixing here. This panel is also fixed. This circuit, the main output driver, this is BTA41 driver. Through this BTA41 we are getting output. BTA41, this can handle up to 40 ampere. This is basically a track driver, or you can say a SCR circuit. This video is also available in my YouTube channel. So how to make it, you can see this trigger. Through this connector I am giving the trigger to this driver, and this will give us the output. Green is the input, and red is the input and green is the output, and it is a controlled output. That means if 230 volt is input and you can set anything, that means I need exact 220 volt. So through this preset you can adjust the output, and this preset is for to adjust the pulse, and this to adjust this pulse of this IC we can reset this through this preset. So this is power supply, this is the main controller, and through this cable I am using this LED panel. And in this board, what is there? So this is the connector. This board will connect all the circuit together. I'm using here one relay. This relay is to display the voltage. That means through this relay I'm displaying this voltage, output and input. Once by default it will display the output voltage, and after that once this relay is on, then you can see the input voltage. So input and output it will show you simultaneously. And through this, and this jack is for to drive This is a track driver. This was the whole circuit. So this circuit may be not easy, but it is very useful for you. And I'll request all my viewer that this is not for the beginner, as we are handling 220 volt directly, and there may be it may be dangerous for you. If you have experience, then only you try this circuit, otherwise please don't try.